After time qualifying, there is a familiar look to the front of the grid for the 3-hour endurance. A confident Bradley Philpott for Birmingham Wheels is in pole position, ahead of Daniel Gardner for Teesside Angry Birds. With a relaxed Tim Knox for Throttle Warriors and Robert Newman back in Pontefract Punishers on row 2. The opening phase will be dominated by these 4 drivers. Side by side into turn 1, Philpott holds the inside curve into the S's. Only for Newman, wasting no time moving up from grid 4 to take the lead. However, it is the Birmingham Wheels driver who sets the pace, but it remains a 4-way fight for supremacy between Philpott, Newman, Knox and Gardner for the rest of the first hour. For a while, Teesside Thunder managed to hang in their slipstream, and this keeps Thunder clear of Shane Kelly for Team Sport and Johnny Spencer for Atherton Bulls. After being 0.4 of a second faster in qualifying, Philpott manages to move clear, but by 30 minutes and running through constant traffic, Birmingham's lead is once again just a few kart lengths on the Angry Birds. 2 seconds behind, Knox has moved ahead of Newman, and Spencer has closed and passed Teesside Thunder to be the leader of the chasing pack, 15 seconds off the lead. At 45 minutes, Philpott briefly loses the lead, first to Gardner, then to Knox right before the Throttle Warriors pit stop. This early stop proves the pivotal moment in the race, even if it handed the lead back to Birmingham. When the majority of the team start peeling into a busy pit lane around the hour mark, Elite Karting is cleanly back out on track for Throttle Warriors and making progress. Philpott pits at 70 minutes for Chris Hackworth, but it's a poor pit stop. Time spent stationary in the pit lane is crucial and often overlooked. Birmingham Wheels are 37 seconds down on Throttle Warriors. Cotton has a 4 seconds lead over the soon-to-stop 3 legs Cameron McLean, and is a lap ahead of Danny Harwood and Jessica Page for the Punishers and the Angry Birds. Atherton Bulls are comfortably clear of Teesside Thunder, and Carl Parkin when he goes back into 3 legs. Steve Ayres in Team Sport, Chris Surridge in Leicester Rally Cats, and Noel Furman in Ipswich Warlocks round out the top 10, and he is the last driver on the lead lap. At halfway, Hackworth remains over half a minute down, although he's back in 2nd place. The only other team on Throttle Warriors' radar is Pontefract Punishers, after Harwood forces his way past Cotton to get back on the lead lap. Jessica Page is fading slowly off the lead lap for Angry Birds, and 3 legs are closing in 5th. Playscape players are showing better than their sprints form in 6th. Ben Highland is 2 laps down for Leeds Loopy Pistons, and the chasing pack is headed by Chris Surridge for Leicester Alley Cats, Henry Cutts for Ipswich Warlocks, and Steve Ayres for Team Sport. Another early stop by Cotton puts Jay Taylor back into Throttle Warriors and into 3rd place, with Hackworth taking the lead ahead of Pontefract approaching the hour mark, then from Taylor at 2 hours. His lead is only 8 seconds, and with the Throttle Warriors effectively a pit stop ahead and closing, they are favourites for victory. Carl Parkin for 3 legs has moved into 3rd, 45 seconds off the lead, and ahead of Catherine Richard, back in Teesside Angry Birds to take them to the finish. She's shaken off Scott Webb in Pontefract Punishers in the battle over 4th place. It is now clear that the final hour will be about the shakeout of these 5 teams. With 40 minutes to go, Punishers put Harwood back in the chair to try and make up lost ground on Catherine Richard. Mark Asher goes into 3 legs, dropping in between the pair, and it will be a 3-way dice over the last step on the podium. Birmingham Wheels pit for Ollie Brown, but Throttle Warriors are able to keep their grand final with Taylor at the wheel, and with a 30 seconds lead, barring an unlikely mistake, the Enduro, and indeed the overall event win, is theirs for the taking. In the lower half of the top 10, Leicester Alley Cats' Austin Monday is heading for a 6th place finish, 2 laps down, as Austin Davis has moved Team Sport up to 7th, but is half a minute behind. John Gibson in Ipswich Warlocks Beta team cannot match Davis's pace, but he can relax in the knowledge that Teesside Tigers in 9th place are a further lap behind. Tigers are 3 laps off the lead, as they have been for much of the endurance. Forced to recover from a disappointing last place in the early going, Steve White will finish ahead of siblings Teesside Thunder in 10th, who are the only team 4 laps down. In the closing stages, there is one outstanding issue. Danny Harwood uses his extra pace to overtake Mark Asher, in 3 legs for 4th place, just 2 laps from the finish. But he can't catch Catherine Richard for Teesside Angry Birds in 3rd, and Pontefract Punishers will have to settle for 3rd in the final points tally. Ollie Brown pushes hard towards the end, but there's too much to do and too little time to do it in. Jay Taylor is far too canny to let it slip. He has more than enough in hand and enough to secure the overall Elite Karting League match win for the Throttle Warriors from Birmingham Wheels.
The whole thing was shared between 2 teams. So first of all, come up and get 4 trophies in one hit. I want Birmingham Wheels, Bradley Philpott, Birmingham Wheels, Birmingham Wheels. Your runners up, all done there. So, winners, Jay Taylor, Throttle Warriors, for winning